Whether you're an introvert struggling with social anxiety and acceptance, or even if you're just a regular person trying to improve his social skills, communication skills, this video is for you. My whole life, I've been that awkward kid. You know, that kid that does not know the first thing about social skills, about communication. I've been like that from primary school all the way through high school. Not so much from the beginning of primary, but towards the end of primary school, but all through high school. I was awkward, I was shy. I did not know how to speak to people. I did not know how to communicate. I did not know how to be myself. I did not know how to be natural. In my earlier years in primary school, I was actually an active kid. I was actually able to communicate. I was actually able to play around, have a lot of fun. But to be honest, man, I think the conditioning from, elders in schools and teachers and stuff like that conditioned me to be more passive, to not say what I want to say, to not do what I want to do, to not go after what I want to go after. So I think that conditioned me to become more like an introvert. I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but more quiet, more passive, more like, afraid. You know those American teenage series, teenage movies where there'd be this one kid, this socially awkward, filled with anxiety type of kid that would be looked down upon or bullied by or embarrassed by the entire school? That's how I felt, man, but 10 times worse. In my mind, I had the worst high school experience ever. Like, bro, of course I had my homies, my day ones. Sean, Dylan, Josh, Tristan, Sheldon, yeah, they were there. They were my homies, man. But yeah, and it was a good experience. Love them to bits. We're still friends to this day. But overall, man, my high school experience was terrible. Completely terrible. I actively tried to avoid communication and interactions. Like, it was so bad that I avoided people. I didn't want to talk to people at all, I just had my homies and everybody else, I was that kid that was against the world, stuff like that. But eventually, man, I looked at my life and I was like, I can't carry on like this, man. I gotta change. Like, something gotta change, man. I can't be like this for the rest of my life. I would have a terrible, miserable life, like, with nobody around me. And I was also thinking, when I die, who would be around me? Stuff like that. Like, if I keep pushing people away, I won't have anybody around me when I die, when I pass away. So, I started self-improvement. I started looking into self-improvement, looking into, development, social skills. It took me years, man. It took me years, but I finally got it, man. It finally clicked. So I'm going to show you all the things that I did to improve my social skills. Now, the main thing I did to improve my social skills was cold approaching. I thank God for cold approach. I cannot stress how effective this tool is. Cold approach is the key. Cold approach is the key, my G. Bro, the cold approach is the key. It's the key. I cannot stress it enough. Cold approach is the key to destroy social anxiety. Bro, at the beginning, it's gonna be so difficult. It's gonna be tough. But you just gotta push through it. Like, the thing that will stop you, the thing that will hinder you from cold approaching is that little fear, that roadblock in your head that's telling you all the things that you can say wrong, all the things that you can do wrong, like stuff like that. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Cold approaching is literally as simple as walking up to anybody. It could be a girl, could be a guy, walking up to them and just starting a conversation about anything. Don't be a weirdo now. Don't be a weirdo, but just walking up to somebody and just starting a conversation. It could be about anything. Firstly, that helps you overcome fear of talking to people. That helps you overcome the main issue, which is talking to people. It helps you build your communication. It helps you just become a more social person, which will allow you to network, because networking is very important. It will allow you to be capable of networking. So here's a trick that I found that you can use. Literally find any excuse, any random excuse that you're gonna use of why you're approaching the person, and then you just go ahead and do it. As simple as that. That is the number one way to improve your social skills, your social awareness, to kill anxiety. Cold approach literally kills anxiety. It's just that first hurdle, just overcoming that fear of doing it in the first place. Once you overcome that, you'll be able to do it over and over and over again. And yeah, man, that was it for the video. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me, you'd like to talk about some things, you'd like some assistance with things, because all the things I talk about is from life experiences and how I've overcome them, stuff like that. So if you want to book a one-on-one call, just hit me up on Instagram at Mooks Unleashed, and yeah, we'll make this happen. But yeah, man, go down below, like the video, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll see you next time. This was just part one. There'll be more social skills videos that'll be coming out soon, you know what I'm saying, in a couple of weeks, stuff like that. But yeah, as you're liking, as you're subscribing, as you're commenting below, don't forget to say hi to your mom for me.